What is up, guys? Banfriend Gaming here, bringing you some more Mk11 tutorials. This is actually Frost, and this is the reveal I've been so excited to show you guys. Hopefully that intro was a little bit enticing to kind of give Frost a shot. She's not for everyone, and I think that right now, as a character, she's not super great. So I would be remiss if I did not tell you guys that I don't think she's going to be very strong currently. That's liable to change once we figure out more and more tech with her. It might even be the other variation that's the good one. I'm playing something called, I call it competitive just so I know what to use for rank, but it's actually called Future Legend. When I marked it competitive, I just did it because I got like my own custom skins and stuff. So the Future Legend variation will give you something called Microburst, which is this, and Auger Lunge, which is your drills. Highly unsafe to throw out. If they block it, it's a full combo punish, but it's a nice combo ender, and it actually pushes people to the end of the map, so that's one reason I picked this variation. You also get a nice little shield. It's called Glacier Calving, and it's down 1, which actually absorbs one hit of projectile, which gives Frost an advantage in zoning. So if those are your 3 moves, then you are playing the competitive variation as of this date. When this video goes up, this is still like the very first version of MK. There's been a few patches here and there, namely for the crypt and for towers. So there's not an awful lot of change for the gameplay. So if changes do occur, guys, I will give you an update. I want to make sure this is as relevant and accurate as possible, just like the Aaron Black tutorial. And you guys give me an awful lot of love for that, so I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys give me as much love in this tutorial. So let's go ahead and start things off with Frost. She's a pretty solid character from what I've seen. She has some really nice tools, like her down 4 has excellent range, along with her forward 2. It's actually a high lunge. If they duck, you go clean over them, so it can be punishable. But it's actually 0 on block, so Frost isn't nearly as punishable as you think. When she hits you, she can go right into her guard. So it's a good way to get in on people, especially mixed with your Glacier Calving. Launch into people without using projectile spam, but those are just basic stuff. Frost herself has a lot of decent mix-ups. She's got, for example, a high, low overhead mix-up. She's got a high mid overhead. Oh, I'm sorry, high mid. I think this is high mid overhead. So she's got some tools. Then obviously you got your leaps to mess with people, your pokes and your throws. So that's how Frost opens people up. As of right now, like I said, I don't think she's super strong currently, but I will be working some rank with her in the future, so hopefully you guys are hyped. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the combos. As you guys can see, I did mark some of the combos at the top for you guys to use. This is on the PS4, obviously. So the first one I showed you guys in the basic, I think, video was a mixture of 2. It's the mixture of Reborn followed by Blood, Sweat, and Circuits, which is going to look like this. That's, Reborn. It goes actually low, mid to overhead, which is a nice little mix-up. It's highly unsafe if you don't capitalize it, but Frost is able to cancel that by doing into Blade Spin. So if you feel like the opponent's going to block the overhead, you can cancel it. But let's say your opponent's being careless and gets caught by the low mid overhead. Bam, they go up for an extra bounce, which leaves you to follow up with your Blood, Sweat, and Circuits. This is a high mid, and it does a good amount of damage, plus it's a knockback. So mix those 2 together. Oh wow, I can't believe I dropped that. That's not even the hard stuff. Bam. 21% knockback full screen, which gives Frost a chance to start her zoning and her Glacier. But the real meat of this variation and why I pick it is for Icy Tomb. It's the high, low, and you're gonna follow that with your Microburst. Which you think, you know, oh Baron, that's only 16%, that's not great. However, if you meter burn Microburst, you unlock a whole new potential with this character. You do more damage plus freeze, which is much like Sub-Zero's freeze, which is awesome for more combo startups. So let's say, for example, we did our jump into Icy Tomb, into our freeze. You just done 25% knockback, which is actually pretty good. But you can mix that up with the very first combo we did for even more damage. So let's try that again. You can even back up and jump back in for extra damage. Actually, I think that one is a little bit harder to connect. Oh, wow. Maybe my timing's a little bit off. I'm sure you can, but... Oh my goodness. rub for you guys right now. You just did 30% that time. Which is actually a good bit of damage plus knockback, again followed by your glacial thing, mix up into your grab. So Frost has some tools, it's actually pretty good. But what you guys really want to see is the more advanced stuff, which my execution is not great. It took me like probably an hour to make that little minute-and-a-half video, but I will show you guys the best that I can do. So let's go ahead and do something a little bit more complicated. We'll start with the Icy Tomb once again, followed by our Reborn. You can do this into the startup of Reborn once again, which is basically... Well, before we do that, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a simpler combo, a similar variation. Oh my goodness, give me 1 second, I'm having like a brain fart. Here's my bread and butter. This is the combo I do every single time in ranked, and it's actually pretty decent. Oh my goodness, I almost messed it up. I almost messed it up. I do that because it knocks him back. It does slightly more than if you do Icy Tomb. But if you guys are not comfortable with high execution inputs yet, and you just want to do simple combo after combo after combo, just do that. Don't worry about mixing it up with special moves. That's just for me. You can even do a little bit more damage with this. Same stuff that we just did. Only you meter burn it. I guess I should show it because I can't believe I messed that up. It's like one of the most simple things for me to do, and I just keep... Meter burn it for an extra like 20%. I would actually save your meter. You can do a little bit more swaggy stuff, which is a little bit hard to do, but... Let's see. It's hard for me, because I'm not like a pro player or anything, but I do know some basic stuff. So that's the hardest one for me to do. It's simple on paper. I'm sure you guys can do it easier than I can. That's the same setup as we've been doing, followed by Reborn, Poke 1, and 2 Reborn, without following it up all the way. So you're just going to do back 3, 2. Instead of doing this, basically what we're doing is just doing the first part of that combo, followed by meter burn, blade spin. And we want to see how much that damage does overall. I think that might be the most damaging of her base stuff, but I'm not sure yet. Oh, it's actually not. It just looks cool as heck. So, those are some basic combos with Frost. I'm sure you guys will figure out a lot more as you continue. You don't even have to do Icy Tomb into your freeze. You can even do something simple like that. And then, you know, whatever you want to do after that. Doesn't really matter. Like I said, Frost has a lot of options, and you guys are going to be able to confirm. Like, for example, if Sub-Zero does something and Icy Tomb is too slow, or you whiff, you can just easily do something like this, like I said, to punish them instead. So, you know, it's you know, kind of whatever. Frost has a lot of options to punish people, but I think when it comes to her actually opening people up is where she struggles. That's when you gotta rely more on your fundamentals, like your godly down 4 into throw, yada yada. So Frost's crushing blows I don't think are that good in this variation, and that's kind of hard for me as a Frost main. The first one has a ridiculously taxing requirement of doing Auger Lunge, meter burn 3 times in the match. You gotta do it 3 times every time. My lord. What a pain that is. And then you've got to be able to land Auger Strike for the 4th time in the match for the for the crushing blow to trigger, which is actually a really, really odd crushing blow. I actually think it's more of a hindrance than a benefit. When you look at it, and Frost slams the opponent, you launch your opponent so ungodly high in the air, you think no one can whiff that, but Frost gets pushed back, and you actually have to do a technique called like dash canceling, where you dash, and in the middle of it, you do your move, so Frost gets extra range. Like if she did that here, if you do a dash cancel, she'd move a little bit further. And that's where Frost starts to really break down as like a more taxing character than some others for her high damage. It's like you're doing advanced stuff for damage that other people can do pretty easily. But that's one thing that makes us Frost players, you know, unique. So it's kind of cool. And then let's go ahead and see if we can land this combo live for you guys. It's going to be a little bit hard to do, but I'm going to have to use Sub-Zero here. as a training partner. Let's go ahead and set him to something easy to punish, like a uppercut. This is going to be a little bit hard for me. So we're going to need to push him all the way to the corner with the auger. Then we're going to go ahead and counter his uppercut with our uppercut for the crushing blow. As he falls, we're going to hit him with a 4-3, which is a simple string. Oh, heck. So there you go. Let me show my audience. It's a high to a mid, but it launches a little bit, so you get a little bit of extra distance. So we're going to go ahead and punish Sub-Zero, hit him with a 4-3. We're going to do our auger lunge into Sub-Zero. I don't want to hit him with it. We're going to hit him with an auger lunge, which is going to lead to a bounce. Then we're going to run in and do our 1-3, which is basically just a punch into a kick, into our fatal blow, which I need to make sure my health is low enough, because I forgot to set that for you guys. So I promise as these videos progress, they'll get a little bit better in quality. I think this one's actually better than the Arrow Black one. Let's go ahead and put this all into motion. I hope it works. It does work, it's just hard to do. Bam. Throw him up, run in. And because you did not freeze your opponent, you don't scale on damage, and you get a nice 56% right there. So that's one of the biggest combos I know with Frost, damage-wise, and I think it looks absolutely awesome. But she's a fun character, guys. I do highly recommend her. At least give it a shot. She's not going to be for everyone, though. Like I said, her weaknesses right now are I think, like, the constant lack of overheads in her arsenal. They're pretty predictable. I mean, you're either going to do this overhead or this overhead. I mean, you'll catch your opponent once or twice, but you gotta rely more on your fundamentals, especially with your godly poke. Look how good that is. Followed by like a high into your throws and stuff to open people up, but once they get careless, you can punish them easily with about 30% every time. So Frost is a character I will be playing ranked with, her and Johnny Cage. I might do a Johnny Cage video later, but hopefully you guys appreciate this video. Make sure if you guys learned something, make sure to give me a like, comment, and subscribe. You guys are the best, and I really do appreciate you guys giving me time to learn the game before I hop right into ranked. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. This is Baron from Baron Gaming. If you want more characters, let me know in the comments below. But I only play a few characters at a time, so I kind of learn them. Look at Sub-Zero just going ham. I forgot to turn him off. But thanks guys again so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed the Frost gameplay, and I look forward to bringing you some ranked here in the nearby future. Thanks guys. Peace.